Hey everyone, this is Aaron with the Canny Couple. Julia's behind the camera, and today we want to talk about Tromboncinos. Okay, but before we get started, we'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. So, Tromboncinos, what are they? So, the name is Italian, and they say it is because it looks like a trombone or a musical note.
I
Okay,
can see that.
yeah, it's an Italian heirloom. This one is used in a lot of Italian dishes, I've read. One of them that we might have to try is that is often used as the stuffing for raviolis.
Ooh,
Yes. Okay, so it takes about 70 days for one of these. Is on the seed packet wise what they say.
is that to get them orange or
I
just to
think it's to
green?
get them green because to get them orange it's going to take longer. So let's talk about them green. So this one here, it started to turn just a little. This one fell off. We was going to let it get to being orange because they can store. When they're orange, they're closer to like a butternut squash. And they can store for months in this state. When they're green, they're closer to a zucchini and you have to eat them right then. So think of it this way that I've read is the taste when they're green is closer to a zucchini. The taste when they are brown is closer to a butternut squash.
I we didn't try green,
Right.
so I would agree with that.
Yes. So a lot of the dishes that you'll see out there, is Italian dishes. So you'll see it with garlic a lot. Um, so it's a common staple. It sounds like over in Italy because it's been around for so long from that type of perspective.
I think it's just now gaining traction in the U.S. I've seen a
It
few
is,
people, but not a
and that's
lot.
because of its storing ability and its proficient growth. So these things they go crazy, like crazy
We
wild.
thought we had a lot last year.
Yeah.
This year showed us we
Oh
had
yeah.
nothing last year.
Yeah. And this one here, I mean, it's at least I want to say it's almost close to 10 pounds.
I think it's like 15.
I don't know.
With that one, I was only able to carry 3 down the hill.
Right.
And
It,
and I can carry a lot in
yeah,
one setting.
and they say a lot of them that they get to height wise they can get to about 3 feet tall. This one here is not hardly 3 feet. This one's probably two. You think? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If
Probably
he
about that
stretched it
range.
out, we tried to stretch him, but the problem is they grew
Yeah.
and they grew up like underneath the fence.
Yeah. And now these are ones you have to do vertical, and a lot of people say, hey, that looks like a gourd. Well, it's not a gourd on these. These are actual, you know, uh,
I was actually asked that
yeah.
this week. I was asked because I showed pictures of our squashes, and they were like, "Oh, what do you do with those? Do you like? Are they gourds? Can you use them as gourds?" I'm like, "We don't grow things we can't eat."
Right. But I mean, these are designed to grow vertical. I mean, otherwise, I don't think they would get to the size you needed just specifically on the
I think it
ground.
would be a nightmare keeping them
Hmm.
untangled from everything else. I
Yeah,
think if you let them,
because they would just cover a whole area.
and then they would wrap around each other and wrap around um, the vines. I mean, you would have like a tangle of
Yeah,
these if they got to be big. Because
yeah,
we have some that are very wrapped, like very cool.
right. And I've seen a lot of people. Permapastures Farm is one that just threw some seeds out somewhere beside the road, and this is one that he was going there picking up Tromboncinos from later on in the year because it doesn't take much to get these going. I mean, they are. I can see why they were a staple, because they're so easy to grow. They can produce so much food,
That is
and and
several weeks worth of food.
and they store amazing. So yeah, so look at her.
So there's no seeds in the neck of that.
Ooh, right, right. So the seeds are here. and all down this part
Is meat.
is meat. So you think of it, you're mostly going to have the seeds in the big end, and every other part is going to be your actual meat that you will use for, to eat off of.
And if winter squash scares you because it's a bit hard to do,
This one is different.
this one is not hard to do. It is absolutely not hard at all to cut or manage. It's just one of those, it's really easy to peel and get to where it needs to be for cooking.
Yeah, uh, like it's in between a regular squash and a butternut. At this, like when you're trying to cut it type of thing, I would say. Now the
Yeah.
green we haven't tried as much that way.
Well, it's going to be more tender. It's going
Yeah,
to be more like a zucchini. So you're just going to, I probably would not eat the peeling on these like I would a zucchini. I would probably peel that.
yes, the
Um,
peeling wasn't as good, I can say, on these from taste flavor.
yeah, I wouldn't think that they would be very, very good, you know, like in a saute or anything. But I'm very curious to try the ravioli. You've piqued my interest there.
Yeah, I mean, these are a great another survival food to have on hand, just
Yep.
because of how easy they are to grow, how much you can get, and they can store for months. You know, anything that you can have like that. I mean, this is like, you know, your summer squash in a winter squash capability of storing, sort of. Which your other winter squash are you're used to those flavors, but this one here has different flavor. But like I said before, the way we tried it before, it wasn't my favorite at this stage. But we're gonna try it some different ways, and nothing else. I mean,
I'll mash it.
mash it up, right? Yeah. So hopefully this give you some more information on it, something you might look toward next year growing in your garden. Go ahead and start creating that vertical space, to grow a few of these, because I mean, a few seeds you're going to have, probably a good 10 to 15 of these things uh, just hanging down. uh, Make sure whatever you're building, though, it can support some
No
weight.
chicken wire.
Yeah, no chicken wire. It's got to be stronger than that. But if you enjoyed that, or if you got any kind of cool recipe that you use for Tromboncino already, put that down below in the comments. And make sure to go over and check our link tree, which has all of our other content on social media. If you got anything you want to send us question wise or see in a future episode, send it to thecannycouple@yahoo.com. And
As always, thank you for joining us on the Canny Couple, where we work hard, live simple, and enjoy life. Have a wonderful day.